There's a different kind of power that enters a man when he begins to master his impulses. It's quiet, but undeniable. It's not about loud words or empty displays, it's about presence. When you stop giving away your energy to distraction, chaos, and instant gratification, something changes within you. Your body starts holding more strength, your mind more clarity, and your spirit more dominance. People may not understand it, but they feel it. And that's the beginning of true respect. Before we dive deeper, brother, make sure you're part of this movement. Hit that subscribe button, because King's Discipline isn't just a channel, it's a mindset. Every video here is built to sharpen your edge, to remind you of who you are and what you're capable of when you live with control. Most men today are drained. Not because they lack potential, but because they leak it. Every wasted moment, every unrestrained habit, every time they let emotions rule over mission, they weaken their own aura. Energy is currency. When you spend it carelessly, you stay broke in spirit. But when you preserve it, when you store that power and use it with purpose, your presence becomes magnetic. When a man learns to contain his inner fire, something ancient awakens inside him. His eyes become sharper. His voice grows heavier. His walk gains gravity. The world starts treating him differently, not because he said anything, but because his vibration changed. People respect energy that's controlled. Power without restraint is chaos. Power mastered becomes aura. Discipline is the modern form of dominance. It's not about controlling others, it's about controlling yourself so completely that your very presence influences everything around you. That's the essence of a true king. When you hold your power inside, it transforms into charisma, confidence, and calm. You don't need to speak loudly, because your silence speaks for you. Every time you choose self-control over impulse, you are training your spirit. You are teaching your mind that you are in command. The world may tempt you with shortcuts, pleasures, and instant rewards, but real men understand that what's easy today often costs you tomorrow. So, you build yourself in silence, and soon, your energy speaks louder than words ever could. The aura people talk about, it's not magic. It's self-mastery made visible. When you retain your strength, your focus, your discipline, that energy starts radiating through your eyes, your skin, your posture. People can't describe it, but they feel safer, more drawn, or more respectful around you. That's what happens when your internal energy isn't wasted, it's refined. Understand this, energy doesn't lie. You can fake confidence with words, but energy reveals truth. When a man is grounded, focused, and driven by purpose, his energy carries weight. That's why people treat you differently when you're on your path of retention and focus. They can sense something different, something rare. You've become whole within yourself. The world rewards men who master themselves. Every time you resist an urge that weakens you, your inner strength compounds. Every day you remain focused while others chase distraction, your light grows stronger. And eventually, the people around you start noticing, they may not know why, but they respect it. Respect is a reflection of the energy you emit. There's a sacred balance between aggression and peace, between hunger and control. Men who retain their power walk this line with grace. They are warriors with discipline. You can sense it when they enter a room, the calm, the confidence, the quiet dominance. That's not arrogance, that's control. That's a man who governs himself first before he leads others. In your journey of self-mastery, you will feel resistance. Your mind will test you, your habits will call you back, and the world will whisper that you're missing out. But understand, each test is a chance to build your aura stronger. Every moment you choose strength over surrender, you forge respect not just from others, but from your own reflection. 12. Respect doesn't come from talking about power, it comes from embodying it. You earn it every time you choose stillness when chaos surrounds you, every time you focus when the world distracts you. The man who retains his energy stands taller, moves slower, and thinks clearer. He doesn't need to prove himself, his energy proves him. 13. When you stop scattering your attention across things that don't serve your purpose, you begin to collect fragments of your own strength. Day by day, your aura thickens, your focus sharpens, your discipline deepens. That's the alchemy of retention, not magic, but mastery. And mastery always commands respect. 14. Let's pause here. If these words are speaking to something deep inside you, subscribe right now. You belong in this brotherhood of men who are walking the path of control, purpose, and power. King's discipline isn't about motivation, it's about transformation. 15. There's an invisible light that comes from restraint. When the world runs on temptation, the man who chooses control becomes rare. And rarity always attracts attention. People will start respecting you not for what you do, but for what you refuse to do. That's the paradox of power, the less you chase, the more you attract. Remember, your aura is an echo of your daily habits. The way you think, move, eat, and speak all contribute to it. You can't fake high energy if your mind is clouded and your will is weak. But if your days are built on purpose, clean habits, and self-restraint, your energy becomes magnetic. People respect what they can't understand, and they won't understand your peace. The man who controls his energy controls his destiny. Because that same energy that once leaked into distractions now fuels ambition, clarity, and direction. You become more focused on your craft, your body strengthens, and your presence solidifies. That's when life starts opening doors, because you've become someone worth following. It's not about perfection. You'll stumble, you'll slip, you'll fall into moments of weakness. But what defines you is how quickly you return to discipline. Each time you rise stronger, your aura grows denser. You radiate resilience. That's what earns respect, not never falling, but rising every time you do. When your energy is intact, people treat you differently. They speak to you with more care, they look to you for direction, they sense authority even if you say nothing. That's the aura of a man who's mastered himself. It's not ego, it's essence. And once you build it, no one can take it away. The path of retention and discipline is not for everyone, it's for those who've tasted mediocrity and decided they want more. It's for men who are done being slaves to impulse. The respect you seek isn't given, it's reflected from your energy. And that energy comes from control, focus, and purpose. Every time you hold your ground against temptation, your energy refines itself. It turns from chaos into clarity, from fire into focus. That's why disciplined men seem to move slower yet accomplish more. They are not drained by the noise of the world, they operate from silence, precision, and purpose. That silence is the roar of mastery. When you train your body, your mind, and your spirit together, you begin to emit a frequency that commands attention. Not because you're seeking it, but because energy recognizes power. You become the standard. The world respects those who control themselves in a time when everyone else is ruled by desire and distraction. If you've made it this far in the video, brother, you're not average. You're part of a small group of men who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Drop a comment below and tell the world you're building your aura through discipline. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to King's Discipline. This is your tribe, your reminder, your accountability. The man who conserves his life force doesn't just walk with confidence, he moves with purpose. His eyes are calm, but his heart burns with direction. You can see it when he speaks, his words carry conviction, his silence carries gravity. That's the kind of aura that doesn't demand respect, it earns it. When you stop giving your time and energy to things that drain you, you reclaim your strength. That's how you begin to stand out. People around you start noticing your presence, your energy, your shift. They may not understand what changed, but you do. You've stopped leaking your focus into the meaningless and started channeling it into your mission. This journey isn't for weak minds. It demands patience, persistence, and faith in yourself when no one's watching. The results don't come overnight, but one morning you'll look in the mirror and realize your reflection has changed. Not just in your eyes or your body, but in your energy. You've become solid, unshakable, magnetic. Men who retain their focus live differently. Their decisions are intentional. Their actions have weight. They stop chasing people and start attracting opportunities. Because the energy you carry shapes the reality you experience. When you walk in mastery, the world rearranges itself around your vibration. The aura of respect is not a mystery, it's a reflection of consistency. Day after day, you've chosen strength over weakness, purpose over pleasure, long-term power over short-term release. That consistency becomes character. And character is what the world respects most, even if it never says so aloud. You'll notice, over time, people begin to treat you differently. Friends, strangers, even those who once doubted you. They sense something's changed. They might not put it into words, but it's your discipline they feel. You carry yourself with authority because you've earned it. Respect follows energy, not titles. Every man must face his own reflection and ask, am I the master, or the slave? The slave gives away his energy, his time, and his purpose to fleeting pleasures. The master guards his energy like gold. He channels it into creation, growth, and legacy. One path drains you, the other builds you into something unforgettable. There's no shortcut to this power. It's built in silence, in small decisions, in private battles no one claps for. But that's where real respect is born. Because when you win the war inside, the world outside has no choice but to follow. You radiate confidence, calmness, and command, qualities only discipline can forge. Remember, your aura is your broadcast. What you hold within, you project without. If you live with chaos, you emit confusion. If you live with clarity, you emit confidence. That's why men who hold their energy, their focus, and their purpose move like kings. They are tuned to higher frequencies, the kind only discipline can reach.